Command Master Chief Rucker again. Super excited to sit down and speak with you a little bit about your leadership styles and see if we can add some more tools to my rucksack and hopefully be able to share them out with our NAVWAR team. First question for you. So it's pretty well known that Wolborsky is an extrovert. And so I'm just curious, how do you, as an extrovert, work with and engage with introverts and other extroverts inside NAVWAR?
I've worked with a lot of introverts over my career. A lot of highly technical people tend to be somewhat introverted, so I'm a bit on the unicorn side of the engineering field. And I think one of the big things that I do, and it's something I've had to learn over the years, is to listen and not speak. So hear and then be heard, kind of like Covey's philosophy. And that somebody telling you they have an issue or a challenge isn't necessarily an ask for me to immediately dive in and solve their problems. Sometimes they just want validation. So there's a lot of listening. You have that environment of safety, and people have to feel comfortable being able to come to you. When they come to you, you need to be able to listen, and you need to be able to engage constructively in a conversation so that when you do try to do some troubleshooting, that you're actually working it collaboratively and collectively and coming up with a solution as a team.
I love that you said listen. Yeah, I mean, that's amazing because, yeah, we as we all been told, we're born with two ears and one mouth, so we should use the two more often than the one. So I love that. And the other thing I love is you actually kind of quoted backwards message to Garcia. So all the junior officers are taught about the message to Garcia and how, they need to not ask the questions up. And you're saying it the opposite way of, as the leader, I need to remember not to tell them exactly what to do. So I think that's fantastic. You might give them a direction and they might go off and do it their own way and it'll become an awesome product. And if you give them too much, you may never know their true creativity. So one of the things I love that we do here at NAVWAR is we provide opportunities for folks to go visit other ships and see their end product. Can you tell me about those opportunities and why they're so important?
I flew out to the USS Theodore Roosevelt. I spent 24 hours or so on the ship, and a lot of the crew on the ship was absolutely shocked. They wanted to do a whole bunch of high-level briefs and DV tours, and I wanted to sit in ADP space and talk to the second-class petty officer and watch them do patching and scanning on canes. And I wanted to find out what their issues and concerns and challenges were in operating the system. I went into combat. I talked to the people, the CT or the IT that operated geeks, and I had them show me what it does or what it doesn't do. Found out there were some significant challenges and issues with that system and the capabilities we provide them. Going and watching our systems and capabilities in its native habitat, there's nothing else that compares to energizing you about how important and valuable our work is to make their lives better, to make them more effective, to have them win and come home and the other guy be at the bottom of the sea. You're not going to get that. A lot of things look great on PowerPoint slides, even in the lab, but until you get on board the ship and you see the trials and tribulations of our sailors, you can come back and then with a significant amount of vigor, attack many, many problems and issues and always be driving that get better mindset to go attack these problems and make them better.
I love that you kind of tied it to get real, get better, because, that's part of the job is to not just look at the PowerPoint and go, yep, it's good, but then to go follow up and get that real feedback from those people who are actually putting their fingers on the system and the software and having to work with that. So thank you for that. It should be as no surprise to anyone that I'm a huge fan of work-life balance. I was the command master chief of a ship in FDNF, and I was the high school basketball coach for the girls. So somehow, as a command master chief, I was able to find the time to both be a successful command master chief on a DDG and take the time to be with my daughters and be out on the basketball court with them. So how do you, as a senior executive service members and SES, out there showing work-life balance is important?
People probably don't realize what an extraordinary accomplishment it was for you to be able to do that and be there for your family. It's just unbelievable. Because there's three aspects to work-life balance. There's work, there's your family, and there's yourself. And if you're not focusing equal amounts of time and energy on all three of those things, your life gets out of balance. And I look at my PT, the stuff I do for me, as the number one mental health game changer for me. Keeps my mind clear. My job is extraordinarily demanding, but I have a way of triaging and prioritizing and empowering the phenomenal team that works in 5.0 to where I don't feel that I have to do things at 3 in the morning or stay at work till 6 p.m.
I love that you talked about work and family, and I really love that you talked about self, because a lot of times leaders get to this point and they have forgotten to take care of themselves as well, and then they end up with physical or mental problems of their own that are much more difficult to handle if they don't take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for sharing that.
Yep, you bet.
Well, sir, I appreciate the opportunity to come and get with you. I've got a few things for my rucksack.
Great.
Hopefully we can get those shared out, and everybody else can learn a little bit about Mr. Wolborsky and see that you're an easy person to come talk to.
Absolutely.
So thank you,
Master Chief, for the
Thank you.
opportunity. Awesome.
Thank you, sir.